All right, let's take a look now at another new application which takes advantage of Windows 95, Picture Publisher 5.0. Here to help answer our questions is Craig Simmons of Micrographics.
Good to be here.
First question I have for you is really the same one I had for Ted. As an applications developer, how do you take advantage of Windows 95 to make your app run better and use that environment better?
Well, again, as Ted stated, things that are important are the interface, being consistent with the user interface. And as you can see here, we have done similar things with the right mouse button for the power users, instant access into context-sensitive tool. Also, under Windows 95, one of the most important things we can do for an image editing application like Picture Publisher is take advantage of threading. And let me show
you the multi-threading so you can really move faster in a graphics-intensive application.
Right. Because one of the problems with image editors has always been bitmaps, moving pixels, a lot of time doing that. Productivity is one of the most important things to Picture Publisher. So this image right here, we have already recorded a macro of all the commands we've applied to this image. So we'll just go ahead and activate that. Now, unlike 16-bit Windows, I can click on another window and continue to work. Notice this is our task manager showing you what's...
So it's still performing that other job, but you're able to move into a second task and work on it simultaneously.
You betcha. So while that one's working, we're going to start creating a composite here with our object layers. We'll put a hat there. I guess it's kind of an old blue planet here. There we go. And we'll group them together by selecting them both. Notice task manager's still working in the background. Now we'll even paste in some fire, because he's a real hot artist. Go to the microphone. I know it's in here somewhere. Paste that down. Now notice these are also floating objects. I can move it to the back, but also notice our task manager is empty.
Right.
So let's click back. Look what's happened.
He's done the work.
Done all that work. Now I didn't have to do it. Now let's say, for example...
So you can really do two things at once and therefore be more productive using this.
You betcha. As a matter of fact, you can do more than two things at once because you can batch up these commands, as many as you want to. Let's say, for example, if you're a client of mine and you don't like this background, well, in other image editing applications, you'd have to go back and redo the whole piece of artwork. But with Picture Publisher, we have what we call the command list. Every command is stored that you've applied to the image. So what we can do is go back, all the way back to the beginning, right here to our texture fill, delete it, and reinsert a new texture fill, and we'll go ahead and apply that. Again, going off, creating another task. I can continue working here.
He's doing the job in the background, and you can go back and work on this job.
Right. So this is, say, we're doing a two-page layout for this client. I'm continuing to work. When that's done, that will come back up to the front. We're creating that chroma mask, and it'll finish up. Now it's ready for the fill. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop in a texture fill. As you can see, texture filling. I'm always kept up on the progress with the task manager. Very important feature in Picture Publisher. Finishes up the texture fill. Now all those other commands that created the rest of that image, we can go ahead and let it work, and let's finish up this piece of artwork. Select our selector tool and move that. Now we want to drop in a little radio because it's talk radio here. Paste. And we'll close down what we call our clipboard browser. And we're going to drop in a drop shadow. Just by holding down the shift key, clicking and dragging off a copy, we'll just fill with black. Drop shadow should be that easy. Again, two tasks now simultaneously. Change the transparency, move it to the back, and we'll also notice in the background that this image is finished.
Wow. So you're doing all that stuff has gone on at the same time. So I mean, you really can take advantage of the multi-threading of the speed and the power of this environment.
That's right, and it's very easy to use, very productive to not have to jump up to here to your menus, just off your right mouse button. Also a common look and feel. Feels very friendly to the user, and something as simple as bubble hints, as we call them, to remind you of what your tools are. These are all kind of standard features under a Chicago or a Windows 95.
Well, it used to be Chicago.
Well, it used to be Chicago Windows 95 compatible app.
Now you couldn't have done this under Windows 3.1?
No, we actually, our 16-bit version has every feature you see here except the threading. So I can't pop between different images. I'd have to batch them up at night and play them. So.
Okay, so that's the new Picture Publisher for Micrographics under Windows 95. All right, we're out of time for this week's Computer Chronicles. Remember, if you have any questions about anything you've seen on today's show, or if you'd like to suggest topics for future shows, check out our Computers on Television forum on